You may have heard the poem called The Touch of the Master's Hand. It's about an old violin that's old and the strings are broken, and it's at an auction and nobody's bidding. The auctioneer stands up and says, "What am I bidding, good folks?" he cried. "Who'll start the bidding for me? $1, and who'll make it 2? 2, and who'll make it 3? You remember in the poem that just about as the auction was ready to be closed and the bid to be finalized on that old violin, at the very back of the room, a gray-haired man stepped forward and walked down the long aisle to get to the front of the room. He picked up the bow, brushed off the dust off the old violin, and began to play a melody pure and sweet. The poem says, "As sweet as a caroling angel sings." So, each one of us is like that old violin. Each one of us maybe has a broken string. You can see, I don't know if you can see that well through this video, but this morning at that same garage sale, I found this guitar. Now the guitar, it is beautiful. This is a beautiful guitar. There is not one scratch or dent or nick on it. It is a nice, weighty, full-size, beautiful guitar. It has one string that needs to be repaired. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that? So I walked up to the lady running the garage sale with my little book about the broken doll in my hand, and I said, "How much is it for that guitar with the broken string?" And she said, "Oh, it's got a broken string. You can have it for $10. I thought, I don't know if she realizes how much this is worth. This is a beautiful guitar, and all it has is a broken $6 string, and then it's in perfect condition again. You can see that on the back. It's beautiful. There's nothing the matter with this guitar. It is a gorgeous instrument. Each one of us is like this beautiful instrument. We might have one broken string, something that needs to be repaired. We might just be a little bit out of tune. And with just a little bit of attunement, we can come back into the proper tone. I believe that the Savior Jesus Christ set the tune when he performed his greatest work, his divine purpose, calling, and mission. And when he did perform his purpose, calling, and mission through the atonement, he provided a way for all of us to be tuned back into the right frequency and vibration. So imagine if this is the peace peg. When we get this one in tune, we have great, perfect pitch of peace. Imagine that this one's hope. Maybe our hope's just needing a little tweaking, and so we just need to fine-tune our hope. Maybe our faith needs just a little bit of an adjustment. Maybe it's our confidence that's out. Maybe we have these three sort of in tune, but we just don't feel confident in ourselves. Maybe it's faith in ourselves that's out. Maybe this one represents lovability, our sense of feeling lovable, our sense of being loved and lovable. Maybe that one's just a little bit out of tune. This one represents joy. When we get all of these others in tune, it's so much easier to fix that joy string, so that we can have joy and play the song that we came to our life to play. When I was 15 years old, I began writing songs, and I bowed my head over my guitar one day and I said, "I will never write songs for this world. I will only write songs for Jesus." I made that promise, and I intended to keep it. And God heard me, and he took me literally. And I began to write songs, and the only strings I learned, the only chords I really ever knew, were D, C, and G. And all my first and beginning songs were all little ditties to the tune of D, C, and G. Well, as I grew, the ability to hear melodies and to create lyrics continued to grow with me. And now, at the age of 53, I've kept that promise. Haven't shared those songs with the world. Maybe I've shared them with a client or two who came in who needed a lullaby, but now it became time. And one day, I heard God whisper, "It's time." There are others out there, Karyn, who need their faith tuned, their hope tuned, a sense of peace tuned, a sense of lovability tuned, a sense of confidence, godly confidence tuned, a sense of joy tuned. And what if your songs and the gift that you have created in combining all 5 senses could assist and help people to have joy again, pick up their instrument and start playing the song that they came to this earth to play?